Okay, so we're looking at these shapes again, and I had posted a video with these same shapes, but we found the perimeter of each of the shapes. And I do have to tell you that I made a mistake. The perimeter for that one is not 30 units. My third period class caught that mistake, so here's, props to third period. But I added wrong. It was 12 plus 8, which is not 30. This should have been 20 units, so sorry about that. And then I was able to finish that last problem from the last video, and the perimeter should have been 22.5 units. 6 plus 6 plus the 3, and then a fourth of the circumference was 4.5. Okay, so now looking at these same shapes, instead of finding perimeter for each shape, we're going to find the area for each shape. Okay, and again we're going to use 3 for pi. So let's look at this one. So if we wanted to find the area of this shape here, that's the inside, well, we can see that this is a semicircle. So if we can find the area of the entire circle, all we have to do is divide it by 2 to figure out the space inside half a circle. Excuse me. Now, area equals pi times radius squared. Since the diameter is 8, my radius in this case is 4 units, so it's times 4 squared. Okay, and once you plug it in, I will allow you to use a calculator if you need to. All right, now for this one, it's not too hard. So pi is about 3, so then that would be 3 times 4 squared is 16. That's 4 times 4. 3 times 16 is 48. Therefore, the area is 48 units squared. We have to put the power 2 because it's unit times unit, right? Square units for area. Okay, the next one. Here, this is a fourth of a circle, so if we can find the area of the entire circle, then we could just take a fourth of it because this is a fourth of the circle, the space of the circle. Well, the area of the entire circle would be pi times radius squared, which the radius is 10, so pi times 10 squared. Well, pi is 3, and 10 to the second power is 100. That's 10 times 10. Therefore, the area equals 300 square units. Now, that's for the entire circle. Obviously, we do not have the entire circle. We only have 1/4 of the space. So we need to figure out what 1/4 of 300 is, which means we multiply 300 times 1/4. And we can simplify here. Okay, so the 4 and the 300, they simplify to 1, and here it simplifies to 75. So then our answer is 75 units squared. So here area equals 75 units squared. Okay, so that's the area for that. Now let's look at this. This shape is made up of a rectangle and then again half a circle. So let's go ahead and find the area of the rectangle first. To find the area of the rectangle, we do base times height. The height is obviously 4. What is our base? Now, we know that this is the diameter of the circle, and that's the same length as the base of the rectangle. Well, if the radius is 4, the diameter must be 4 and 4, must be 8. Therefore, the base of the rectangle is 8. 8 times 4 is 32, so I know the area for the rectangle equals 32 units squared. That would be the 4 times 8 right here. Now let's find the area of the half circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of the entire circle and then just divide it by 2 because we only have half a circle. We only have the space of half a circle. Area equals pi times radius squared, which is 4 here, so 4 squared. Pi is 3, and 4 squared is 16. And then 16 times 3 is 48 units squared. Okay? Now that's the area for the entire circle. We only have half a circle, so we have to divide the 48 by 2. And then 48 divided by 2 gives us 24. So then the circle, the half circle is 24 square units. The rectangle is 32, so what are we going to do with these two numbers? Combine them. 32 plus 24 is 56. So the area of this entire shape is 56 units squared. Okay? Now let's look at the next one. Here, you can see that this shape is made up of an entire circle because here's a half, that makes a full circle, and the rectangle. So in order to find the area of this entire shape, all we have to do is find the area of the rectangle, find the area of the circle, and combine them. Now, the radius of the circle is 5, which means the diameter must be 10. So the base of the rectangle is 10, the height is 5. Therefore, the area of the rectangle equals 10 times 5, which is 50 square units. Okay? The area of the circle is going to be pi times radius squared, which the radius is 5, so pi times 5 squared. Pi equals 3 times radius squared, which is 25. And the area of the circle is 75 square units. We are not going to divide that by 2 because remember these two halves make a full circle. So there's the area of the full circle. There's the area of the rectangle, and we will add them up. The area of the entire shape is 125 square units. So the area of this shape is 125 square units. Okay? All right, next, let's look at this one. Now here we have a square, and then we have 3/4 of a circle. So the area of this whole thing will be the area of the square plus the area of only 3/4 of the circle. Well, the square is a 6 by 6, because you can see this radius is 6, which means this is 6, and this is also 6. So the square equals 6 times 6, which is 36 square units. So that's the area of the square. The area of the entire circle would be pi times radius squared, which 6 is the radius. The area of the entire circle is 3 times 36, which equals 108 square units. Now, we don't have the entire circle. We only have 3/4 of the circle. So what is 3/4 of 108? Well, if I'm taking 3/4 of 108, I'm going to do 3/4 times 108. We're going to simplify the 4 and the 108. It simplifies nicely. 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 108 17 times. No, 27 times. I'm sorry. 27 times. Okay? And so then 3 times 27 equals, this equals 1, 2, it equals 81 units squared. So then we're going to take the 3/4 plus the area of the square, and that gives us a total area for this being 117 units squared. That's the area of that shape. Our last shape here, this is made up of a square, a rectangle, and then 1/4 of the circle. Now the area of this square, we know this is 3, which means this is 3, which means this radius is also 3. That means the area here, this is 9 square units. The area of this rectangle is 6 times 3, which is 18 square units. And then the area of 1/4 of the circle, or the area of the entire circle, is pi, sorry, the paper keeps moving here, pi times the radius squared. That equals 3 times 9, which equals 27 units squared. Now that's the area for the entire circle. We only have 1/4 of the circle, so we need to take 1/4. Sorry, it's hard to write with one hand. We need to take 1/4. We need to take 1/4 of 27. Okay, I can't finish this problem. But you take 1/4 of 27, and then you would add the 9 and the 18. And it'll be a fraction because 1/4 of 27, it's hard for me to hold this paper here. 1/4 of 27 would be 1/4 times 27 over 1. I can't write with one hand here. Hold on, let me see if I can finish. Let me finish this real quick, and then I'll show you. 1/4, that would equal 27 over 4. There we go. And then that equals 6 and 3/4 units squared. So this 1/4 of a circle is 6 and 3/4 plus the 9 plus the 18 gives us 27, 33 and 3/4. So the area of this whole shape is 33 and 3/4 units squared. That would be probably the hardest one because the fourth of the circle did not come up with a nice, easy number.